Hey guys, welcome to the recap, where we fill you in on the latest here at Sweetwater. I'm Rachel Leonard, and in this episode, we're coming down from this year's GearFest, and we want to share some highlights with you. Let's get into it. One of the most important things about GearFest, of course, is the gear. It's like half the name. So it's time for a new gear lightning round. Novation released a new sample-based groove box, perfect for making some great beats on the go. If you're looking for an audio production computer, we're releasing a new version of our custom rack-mounted PCs. Tama, Mapex, and DW have released Sweetwater exclusive finishes of their already awesome drum kits. Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson has teamed up with Epiphone to make an incredibly flexible Les Paul that's even equipped with a Floyd Rose. Sabian is adding another cymbal to their AAX line, the Sweetwater exclusive 17-inch AAX Concept Crash. Fishman has created a set of signature P90 pickups with Greg Koch that can each deliver 3 separate sounds, giving you endless tone possibilities. Angle Amps has joined the Sweetwater family, bringing with them their line of wicked heads, combos, and cabinets. Meyer Sound has also joined the lineup here at Sweetwater. Be sure to check them out if you're looking for some super high-end loudspeakers or studio monitors. Rounding out the new brands at GearFest this year, we've got Sire guitars and basses. You can check out Don Carr and Mitch Gallagher's overview of Sire at the link below. Paul Reed Smith has made a set of amplifiers based on Jimi Hendrix's original Woodstock-era amplifier. The HX line of heads and cabinets take that classic Hendrix sound and give it some modern options. Seymour Duncan took their Vapor Trail delay pedal a step further with the Vapor Trail Deluxe. D'Angelico has released a new Sweetwater exclusive Premier Mini DC XT. And Apogee's acclaimed portable interface gets hardware DSP with the Apogee Duet 3. Whew, that was a lot. Our GearFest livestream was packed with all kinds of presentations and interviews with industry professionals. Here's a look at some of the highlights. Sweetwater's DJ Eclipse got to sit down with the legendary DJ Jazzy Jeff and had a conversation about creating and performing during quarantine. Lynette Williams, keyboardist for Childish Gambino and Lizzo, gave us a peek behind the curtain, showing us some of the iconic key sounds she plays on her Korg Kronos. Steve Vai told us about the evolution of his guitar playing style, going all the way back to his days pretending to play guitar on a broom. And Mitch Gallagher hosted a live panel with producers Joe Barisi, Chris Baseford, Henny the Business, Andrew Sheps, Quentin Gilkey, and Chris Lord-Alge. A lot goes into putting on GearFest Online. Let's take a look behind the scenes.
Welcome to GearFest 2021. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater, and I have the privilege of being your host for this incredible 2-day event.
All right, Mitch, so tell me your absolute worst GearFest memory.
Believe it or not, it was this morning. I walked in, it's day 2 of GearFest 2021. There is no sparkling water in my green room. No sparkling water. I'm sitting there going, I've got to do a show today. There's no sparkling water. What am I going to do? How am I going to be quenched? I can't work under these conditions. Wow, favorite GearFest memory. Man, I have to say that getting to sit down in the studio and shoot a video with Steve Vai where he hands me a guitar and says, hey, why don't you play while I do this and we'll have a little jam session. I mean, for me, that was like, oh my gosh, where else would this ever possibly happen? I mean, besides that, I mean, when we do the GearFest in person, we always have a customer appreciation concert, and all the artists get up and we all play. And because I get to get up and play too, which is always just fantastic, getting up to step on a stage that Eric Johnson was just on, or Steve Vai, or Chad Wackerman, or whoever was here, or whatever. I mean, it's a tremendous array of artists have been here, and so to get up there and get to play on the same stage with all those amazing artists is just fantastic.
So this year, for GearFest 2021, I'm running monitors for our in-house band who are on stage right now.
Wait, hold on. Rachel, I need more of me in the cans, please. More of me in the cans.
Can I get less Nick?
I sound great. Just turn Nick off. I don't...
Excuse me, Rachel? Wait, okay, so I need a lot more of me. Just turn me up so I only hear me. Rachel!
Pray for me.
So, hey, what we're doing is we are the house band for the live portion of GearFest Online 2021, and it's a lot of fun. We're playing like 10 seconds at a time. It's amazing.
Right. So part of what we had to do, Don and I got together doing this past week is, hey, let's find like 30 or 40 songs that are like things we know and we like, and let's try to like pick a groove, pick a progression, something, and then we're gonna play like 8 seconds of it, and then that's it. But it's been fun. It's like we're the closest thing to the Tonight Show band in Fort Wayne right now.
Right.
So. What about you, Nick?
What they said, we're putting this on like it's a real live performance, live show, because it is.
Because it is real. We're real people. We are not holograms.
And we're really alive.
We
seriously.
are. Yes.
I mean, right? Yeah, I feel that. I'm alive.
I've been pinching myself all day. I'm having so much fun.
I think one of my favorite times was when Yngwie Malmsteen was here. This was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. He was one of the big headliners, and he did a show on our Sweetwater Pavilion out there where it was just him playing to some tracks. The whole stage, it's a huge stage, the whole stage was filled with Marshall amplifiers, and it was so loud that I think my hair was being blown, like I had a fan and it was just the noise, the sound coming from the amplifiers. It was incredible how loud it was, and I purposely went to the front of the stage just to see if I could stand the level, the decibel level, and it was incredible. That was one of my favorite things because it was so rock and roll, you know, having Yngwie here doing that.
So I went across the street, that same performance.
Yeah.
I mean, literally out of Sweetwater, across the street into where we were parking.
Yeah, we were parked across the street, right.
And in the other business. Roughly a quarter mile away, half mile away, and it was like about the right volume level. It was great. It was like, oh, I'm going to sit in my car and listen to Yngwie.
Right.
But my best memory was probably the jam, which was in 2019. Steve Vai and Doyle Dykes were here, and I think they were both on stage at the same time. Yeah. We all did that, and it's like I don't know if that match will happen anywhere else in the world.
A little behind the scenes info on the broadcast for GearFest 2021 online. We're here in our control room for broadcast audio. I am mixing the broadcast feed, a mix of pre-recorded online content, our house band, and Mitch's interviews, along with some Zoom interviews. I'm separate from the theater space that we're working in, but I am mixing all of those pieces of the puzzle to go out to the world through YouTube and Facebook and our other streaming platforms. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what I've got going on here. Mixing on a Digico SD12 console. We're using that for broadcast feed. I'm getting all the band's inputs from the stage. I'm getting all of the lav microphones from Mitch and Nick and the band. I'm also taking in inputs from Zoom, from our pre-recorded content, and any other stuff, Mitch's guitar when that comes in, and mixing that together for a broadcast feed. So I have our console, our stage rack is over in the theater next to the split from the audio inputs, and I have a couple pieces of gear. I'll run you through my rig that I have here. So I have the console, I have some outboard gear. I have a Manley Slam limiter here on the 2-bus. That's my broadcast limiter. So we just happen to have some awesome outboard gear laying around at Sweetwater, so I plugged in a couple cool pieces of gear. Using Cranesong head as my insert point for that. I have a Burkasti M7 reverb on our drum kit, and then I have a Neve 33609 and a Chandler Limited Zener limiter doing some parallel compression on our drum kit. So that's inserted on the analog ins and outs of this console here. Monitoring through some ATC SCM20s. We have a few sets of these speakers for use with our surround rig and stuff, so I brought these over here for the broadcast feed. Monitoring our content and our video cut on the screen here. I have a QSC loudspeaker over here where I'm just hearing all the talkback and communications for the production cut of GearFest. A couple laptops. I have Pro Tools recording this in multi-track format along with my mix, and I have a real-time analyzer here with a universal audio interface just so I can watch what the frequency response of my mix is, so if there's anything going weird I can catch it visually if I don't catch it with my ears. So it's a cool little space I've created here for GearFest this year. I think it sounded pretty cool, so I'm pretty happy with what I got going on.
So yeah, this year GearFest was online again, 100% online, just like it was last year, and it's pretty different. from normally when everybody's here, we'll have 20,000 people on campus, and the energy of that is just fantastic. And the artists are all here, and everybody's mingling and interacting, and so much music. Everywhere you turn, you're hearing music, and you're hearing stuff going on. And we drag artists in and do interviews with them and all this kind of stuff, it's just so much fun. But I have to say, in this case, it's been a lot of fun too, because with it all being via Zoom, we have access to people who can't get here. Right, and that's both artists as well as our audience is now worldwide, because we're reaching everybody who can tune into the stream or watch it later on YouTube. So knowing that we're spreading the GearFest love around the globe is pretty cool. And we've been able to bring in so many great artists and do all these different workshops and things. It's really been a lot of fun doing the online one as well.
And that's it for GearFest and this month's recap. We had so much fun putting together GearFest Online for you, and we really hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next month.